What is going on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts, and welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle Effect. My name is Binkz, and joined with me as always, DrewskiDoodle. We are on episode number 33. I can't believe we've had 33 episodes, DrewskiDoodle. How are you this week, man? How are you doing? How are you doing?
I am great. Looking forward to another 33 and then 33 more after that.
Ooh, that's 99. We're gonna have to do something special for the 100th.
Yeah, let's get there first.
We have to do something special for the 50th, actually. That's gonna be that one's coming sooner than the 100th. Yes. But we'll definitely have to do something special for the 50th. Maybe we'll do some sort of like prize giveaway. We'll see.
Ooh.
Binkz and Doodle Effect, presented to you by Lividity, and then also presented by Rogue Energy, one of our biggest sponsors. Rogue Energy is a premium energy and focus supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. Unlike unhealthy canned energy drinks, the powerful supplement can be taken daily for overall improved performance. It's packed with amino acids and vitamins, and it's a healthy way to increase natural energy. No caffeine, no sugar, all natural stuff to really get you going. I use it every single day right before I work out. If you use the code GETLIVID, you get 5% off your entire purchase. We recommend the starter package. You get a shaker cup and a bunch of different flavors. I think like 4 or 5 different packets. GETLIVID, 5% off. Let us know on Twitter if you use our code word. And enjoy. It's absolutely delicious. But going forward, Andrew, I know it's coming towards summer. It is getting pretty hot outside. But you know what's really hot in the MLB?
Oh.
It's Jacob deGrom.
Always.
Now, not only is he a sexy man, but he is killing it on the mound.
His stats are sexy, too.
It started off last game, 7 strikes, all over 100 miles an hour, or at 100 miles an hour. And he is looking probably the best he's ever looked in his entire career. Like, he won the Cy Young back-to-back. Like, he's looking even better.
He's on another level right now.
He's dialed in. He wants a chip. He wants a chip.
He does. And hopefully the rest of the team can support that.
Mm-hmm. It is it's crazy actually to think that I think we said it last week or 2 weeks ago that the Mets actually have a losing record with deGrom pitching on the mound, and it's absurd that he's the best pitcher in baseball for like the past 3 years and that you have a negative record. But it's come to it's not even just like a joke anymore that the Mets just physically can't do anything when that man's on the mound. Like, the offense is obsolete.
It's a problem. It's a genuine problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't call it a coincidence anymore because it's been going on for so long.
Absolutely.
But there's also, you can't also figure out a reason for it. But he's got to do it all himself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He has more runs batted in than earned runs on the year. Just think of that.
Which is wild.
Think of that for a second. The man has more earned runs. He has 2 RBIs in 29 and 1 earned run in 29 pitches. The 29 innings pitched.
And that 1 earned run was lucky, by the way.
Yeah, that wasn't,
Jazz Chisholm just went like this and it accidentally hit it out of the park.
Yeah, no, it's good. Listen. Guy's absolutely on fire. He is the hardest throwing starting pitcher in the league as well, which kind of I would assume at this day and age. I really just watch Met games at this point. But if baseball's on, I do watch it. I was under the impression that a lot more pitchers in today's age were hitting 100 or more.
They are, but they're not doing it consistently. He is doing it every pitch.
Yeah, as of last week, deGrom has thrown 93 pitches over 99 miles an hour. 93 pitches. Second place is Dustin May, who's only done it 26 times.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It just shows how good his fastball is. They can throw it that much and get swings and misses nonstop.
Not only his fastball, but he's throwing like a 94-mile-an-hour slider, which is filthy.
This is the stuff we expect from like Noah Syndergaard when he first started. We're like, all right, he's the hard thrower, but now deGrom throws harder than him.
Yeah. Well, hopefully when Syndergaard comes back from Tommy John, I think that's what he got, Tommy John.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy John. He's still throwing and pounding the zone as he was back in 2015 when he was pretty much our go-to. I mean, hard to believe that there was a time where deGrom was like third in pitching rotation.
Yeah. There was a time when Syndergaard started opening day.
Yeah, Syndergaard was starting opening day. You had Harvey starting opening day. Harvey, I think, started the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I think deGrom was 3 in the World Series run, which is unbelievable to even fathom at this point that he,
could ever be anything less than a 1.
Exactly. deGrom did win us game 5 of the NLDS though, but it's hard to think that back then he was a number 3, but good for him.
That is character progression to say the least.
Absolutely.
And I will say this leads into my little hot take that I announced on Twitter the other day, that in my own humble opinion, Jacob deGrom, as long as the rest of his career doesn't go take a wild 180, has surpassed Tom Seaver as the best pitcher the Mets have ever had, and just on the all-time list of pitchers. And the 2 things I'm using to back this up: 1, deGrom already has a better career ERA than Seaver, which again, I say it depends how the rest of his career goes. As long as it doesn't go completely south, I'll stand by it. And 2, hitters are so much better now. So much better. The competition is that much higher. And he's good at offense. So I have, this is a very recent decision I made. I consider deGrom better than Tom Seaver.
Hot. That is the hottest of takes. I think that's going to be the hottest take you say all for 2021.
Well, I can come up with more.
No, that's a hot take. I don't particularly say I agree with you yet, because Seaver has like 3,000 more games than deGrom does, and Seaver was hitting double-digit strikeouts every time he's on the mound, every single time without fail. So deGrom just as of recent has found a strikeout. He's been dominating strikeout wise, and I wouldn't say out of recent, but it hasn't been his entire career where he's just been striking out people. Seaver was doing that every single time he was out on the mound, and the only thing I will give deGrom over Seaver is that deGrom is making hitters look absolutely lost and silly,
stupid
at the plate. Seaver was just striking
literally
them out.
Stupid. Yeah.
deGrom is making people reach and swing at things that you should never swing at, and it's just making them look absolutely silly at the plate. So that's what I'll give deGrom. Better than Seaver, I don't know. I would say deGrom right now is probably number 2 for all Mets pitching. I can't give him Seaver yet, but that's just my personal opinion. However, he's definitely looking like he could surpass him if he continues doing this his entire career.
Especially with these strikeouts. Because, to be fair, deGrom already has a better K per 9 rate than Seaver, but the game has changed a little bit, so I'm not that has a little bit of room to move.
Mm-hmm. No,
because now the game is more of strikeout or home run. But
he did make history. He is the first pitcher in 4 starts to hit 50 Ks. I don't know why I was going to say 50,000, not 50,000 watt, but 50 Ks. In the third pitcher in history to have 14 in 3 consecutive starts. And that is to be determined if he can do it again. Because if he hits 14 again, his next start, he is the sole person now to have it. Lowest ERA in Mets history, as you said. And last game he had a complete game shutout. It's amazing to think that he's only had like 2 or 3 shutouts in his entire career.
Well, look at his managers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's not fair. Terry Collins was his manager, but that was before.
I like Terry.
He was partial. Terry was great. He's partial reason that deGrom's like this. He gave up 8 in that game against Colorado, I think, or Texas. And Terry had that little chat with him in the dugout while deGrom was like crying. And ever since then, he has like a 1.9 ERA.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. If Rojas would have pulled deGrom and not let him come out for the ninth, I would have been absolutely livid, as well as probably every single Met fan watching that game. You let deGrom go out for the ninth. And I was kind of hoping for him to get another strikeout, but I feel like at that point, he was just pitching to let them hit it, just like get me out of the inning. Like, he wasn't trying to pitch to strike out anymore. He's over 100 pitches. It's like, he's pitching for contact at this point. Just let him hit it.
To get the outs, yeah.
Yeah, no, but good for him. Good for deGrom. He's making a very good case to win a third Cy Young in 4 years. So.
Oh, baby.
And
an MVP, who knows?
MVP, yeah, and MVP could be. He was both of our picks, I believe, pre-baseball season.
For Cy Young, yeah.
For Cy Young, NL, yeah. Going on to another dominant pitcher who we've talked shit about in the past weeks, plural, Trevor Bauer. I'm actually going to praise him for something he said. I don't know if you saw what he said.
Yeah, I was watching the game where this originated from, so I know.
So you know what I'm about to say about the
yes.
He's okay with
Go right ahead.
He's okay with celebrations. He says pitchers around the league are soft. Totally agree.
He's a gamesman, man.
Mm-hmm. If you hit a bomb and you're celebrating, like, as a batter, like, that's awesome. As a pitcher, you can't get upset because he's celebrating because he rocked you. Like, if you don't want him celebrating, be better. Don't give up that bomb. You know, that's on you, bro. And I love how he said pitchers today are soft. I was like, yes, Bauer. Let's go. You make me hate you first. Now I'm, like, rooting for you again. Like, let's go, Bauer. But, totally agree. Trevor Bauer, if you watch this or listen to this, brownie points.
What happened, the reason he said that is because the game against the Padres, how in spring training, Bauer was pitching with his eyes closed, with one eye closed against the Padres for science. I don't know. So when Tatis took him deep, when he was rounding the bases, put his hand over one eye. So it's like, you got to appreciate it. A little back and forth.
Yeah, it comes with the rivalry too. You know, it's all fun. It's two professional athletes just messing with each other. So it's all
not
good.
doing anything malicious.
Mm-hmm. Staying on this topic of pitchers, Andrew, Ohtani.
He's nutty, to say the least. He can do everything. He's a freak. I think that he actually might be Godzilla, but in human form. First pitcher since Babe Ruth to start a game as in pitching, while also leading the league in home runs. This dude's a cheat code. I mean, he pitches on the days he doesn't pitch, he DHs and hits 440-foot bombs. It doesn't make sense. I'm terrified, but I love it. The Angels are disgusting. There's no reason the Angels shouldn't be in the playoffs with Trout, Rendon, and this guy. They're nuts.
We'll see. There's a lot of baseball to be played.
There is, and don't forget, Ohtani also at one point had the hardest pitch thrown and the hardest home run hit at the same time.
Yes, opening weekend.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. He's absolutely ridiculous.
Good.
Like, he could actually, if he could pitch better, like, he's a decent pitcher. If he could pitch better, it's arguable he could win a Cy Young and a Silver Slugger at the same time, which would just literally be the most ridiculous thing on the planet.
Well, there is an award. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is an award already, Silver Slugger in a pitch for a pitcher.
I don't count that. A DH or something, Silver Slugger or the outfield. I don't count.
Oh, so you're not counting the Silver Slugger for the pitcher?
No, absolutely not. You hit 175 and you could possibly get that, unless Jacob deGrom's gonna hit like 600. But
technically, the American League probably can't even win that award.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
Technically speaking, the American League pitchers can never win that award, unless, I guess, they act as Ohtani and
I don't even know
DH.
if they still give that anymore. I don't even know.
Yeah. I do know that was a thing. There's a Silver Slugger for every position.
At one point. I don't know if they still give it anymore, but he could actually win like a position Silver Slugger.
We'll see. Definitely, that would probably be history, right? First pitcher.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine that ever being done.
I mean, what do you classify Babe Ruth as? A pitcher? I mean, he has so many games pitched. You can consider him a pitcher.
I mean, he was a pitcher, but I don't consider him a pitcher. That was back when pitching was just, kind of throwing the ball towards the plate, not going 100 miles an hour, throwing nasty-ass curveballs and shit.
Throw a couple of balls, get out of the inning, go to the dugout, light up a cigarette, eat a hot dog, drink a beer.
Exactly. Real man's man.
Just like the way our forefathers intended baseball to be.
Exactly.
Who needs steroids when you have beer and hot dogs?
We have dirty water hot dogs.
Dirty water hot dogs and beer. You were saying, Andrew, a Pioneer League.
Oh yeah, stupid shit. So I've said this a lot whenever I've spoken to people about the NHL and ending games and shootouts and how it's awful and I hate it.
I completely
It would be
agree.
the equivalent of the MLB ending games in home run derbies. Well, that's kind of somewhat happening. The Pioneer League is doing that. I think starting next year, or it could be this year. So if a game is tied after the ninth, one player from each team gets 5 pitches, and it's just a home run derby to see who wins. So basically, if you don't lose in the first 9 innings, you could win the baseball game by not playing baseball.
It's stupid.
Awful.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I like. Stop changing extra innings. I hate the runner on second base. I hate this bullshit. Just play baseball. Stop it.
Yeah, I have so many. Runner on second base is, I think, like 95% of like true baseball fans can't stand the runner on second base in extra innings. Also, doubleheaders should not be 7-inning games, even though the Mets have benefited from them. I don't care. Garbage. Absolutely play 9. Just play a full 9. I don't care how long it takes.
Yep.
If you love baseball, you have no issue with the amount of time the game takes. If you want to shorten the game, I'm going to quote my future father-in-law. If you want to shorten a baseball game, tell these hitters to stop calling timeout every fucking pitch.
Yeah.
The amount of delay. Like we sat and watched a Yankee game, and it was literally over a minute before a second pitch was thrown. The guy threw a pitch, came back. They stared at each other for a little bit. He kind of got in position again. Came out of the box. Reed came back in. Signs were done. They were staring at each other too long. Batter call time. Repositioned everything. 30 seconds go by. Steps back in the box. Pitcher calls. There was another time. A second one. Crowd started booing. It was 3 different consecutive times this man had to get back in the box, adjust his batting gloves, adjust the grip on his bat. The pitcher had to nod and do something to the catcher. The catcher nodded and do something to the pitcher. All for one ball.
Yep.
Just one ball was thrown in that entire time. And then the second pitch was thrown. And then you have scenarios where that happens, and instead of throwing the next pitch, he tries to pick off first base. You want the game to quicken up? There should be a time limit of how long you're in the box. Done.
Yeah, I love what they did with the pitch, like the in-between innings time or the pitching warm-up time or whatever it is. They only get a minute and a half to warm up or in-between innings or something like that. That was great. Things like that are awesome to speed up downtime, but don't change the actual game.
I personally agree with the whole a pitcher needs to face 3 batters thing. I like
that's
that.
Fine. Yeah,
I like that. That's fine by me. Because
yeah.
having 8 different pitchers pitch to 8 different batters, I think, is a little ridiculous at that. At that point. I also I'm a firm believer in not going with the analytics in any sport. So I don't know. I just want to play like when football's like, oh, when you're down 14, go for 2. Like, no, kick the extra point and be down still 1 possession. But I don't. It's like the X amount of percent that if you go for 2 and make it on the first time, you have a better chance of winning. Like, no, you still have to drive down and score again. Regardless, you need another touchdown. Just play it safe. It annoys the shit out of me. Anyway, going into football, Andrew. I have a not much is happening other than the draft is coming up, so that's gonna be very exciting.
Yep.
Can't wait to see the Jets, ruin themselves again for this year. Can't wait to see. If that's not going to be the most viewed podcast of all time with me ranting about the Jets draft pick, I don't know what's going to be. But I have a would you rather question, Andrew. And when I read this, my first thought was no. And then I really thought about it, and I really went like statistical, and I just said I don't believe in like any sort of analytic, but like I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I would. Okay. So Andrew, you have the first overall pick in an NFL draft. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you take a punter? Now hear me out. Here's the catch. Would you take a punter with that first overall pick in the draft if that punter, 100% of the time, without fail, will always pin a team on the 1 yard line? Yeah. Yeah, your face right now. Yeah. At first I was like no. Okay. But like at the same time, I'm going to let you answer before I explain myself. Go. Yeah.
I can see why you would say yes, but I'm going to say no. Only because if my defense is crap, then like it doesn't matter. If my offense is really good and we never punt, doesn't matter. So I'd rather build up my skill positions than a punter. But I absolutely see why you would say yes. Say yes. 110%.
Yeah. I would say yes, because even if you have, in my opinion, now I'm just thinking, say you have a top 30 teams in the league? 32? Yeah, 32. 32. Yeah. Say you have 32 teams, say your defense is ranked 17, 18. Even with like that type of defense, teams starting on the 20 to the 25 only end in a touchdown 23% of the time as of last year. 23% of the time drives ended in a touchdown starting from the 20 or 25. That got significantly lower the further back you went. And that changes the entire integrity of your offense too. You can play so much more conservative and less risky. If you know, no matter where you are on the field, that your punter is going to put them on the 1 yard line no matter what. Doesn't matter where you are on the field, the other team's always, every drive, going to start on the 1. How many times do you see a drive go from the 1 yard line to be a touchdown? You don't even have to have a stellar defense. Just the fact that they have to go 99 yards every single drive. You don't even have to have a good defense. You should go from probably like having the first overall pick to at least a wild card. Like that is significantly, in my opinion, enough to win you some more games, even with a shitty defense and a shitty offense. You're forcing the other team to, and what if now some of those occasions you're probably averaging like 2 or 3 safeties a game? You mean to tell me that you're not going to be able to sack the quarterback a couple times on that 1 yard line, or stop the running back for a loss and then get the ball back with a safety? I immediately went with you and went, no, I want to build up skill positions. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I want that punter, because no matter what my offense does, if I play more conservative, more conservative means probably maybe less turnovers on offense. I don't have to go for the long ball. I can play it slowly. I can play it my way on offense, because even if I go 3 and out, the other team's starting from the 1. That's the mind I was just going for, and I was like, you know what? I would take that punter, first round overall pick.
Again, this might be a loophole of a question, but like, is it guaranteeing that the other team is just not going to be able to return it? Because what if they learn this and just send a guy downfield?
No.
Which obviously in a real scenario would happen.
No.
But that I can see being a loophole.
Always, it's punted out of bounds at the 1, no matter what. No matter what. Punters, you are always going to have the other team on the 1 yard line. I'm taking that punter.
Okay.
That's
I see why.
Personally my thing, yeah.
I completely see why.
I thought that was just a really cool would you rather football question.
That's a brain poker.
Definitely makes you think. I'm excited for the NFL draft. How about you?
Considering apparently the Patriots are trying to trade up for a better quarterback, I'm very, very excited.
Who would you like, Andrew? Who would you like to see go to the Patriots?
So, I don't know if you saw this. Justin Fields came out and said that he has epilepsy.
I did not see that.
He came out and said he has epilepsy. The Niners, Kyle Shanahan, the goddamn genius, said that they are no longer interested in Justin Fields because he has epilepsy. I would like anybody out there to name how many times Justin Fields was affected by his epilepsy during football. The answer is 0. So I'm hoping that makes him fall a little bit and we can get him. I like Justin Fields a lot. I wouldn't have taken him with a top 4 pick, but if the Patriots are at whatever right now 13 or whatever, and they were trying to trade up to 8, I would definitely take him there. But I also like Trey Lance too.
Okay. I personally don't like Justin Fields. I don't really like this quarterback draft class, to be honest with you. There's really no one other than Trevor Lawrence who, like, oh, I mean, I am a firm believer in Trask, and as I've said in the past, I think he's completely slept on. He's got better numbers than Joe Burrow did, and this nation revered Joe Burrow. The only difference is that Kyle Trask didn't win a national championship. I think Trask is going to be the shit, and I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. But the difference is Trask is probably going to go around 2, because no one is talking about him. Not a single article I've seen has Trask going in the first round, nor do I see any teams really interested. And I think that's just a mistake, personally. I keep seeing that we're going to be going with what's his face, Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yeah.
I think he's going to be a Sam Darnold part 2, personally. I don't.
No, well, to be fair, I think no matter who you pick is going to be a Sam Darnold part 2 for the foreseeable future because they aren't going to be able to build up the positions they needed more than quarterback.
I agree. I know we definitely went over this when Sam Darnold left the team. It's not entirely his fault, but I do think that Sam Darnold sucked, and he was never going to be a Super Bowl quarterback. And why are you? My thing is, if the quarterback's never going to win a Super Bowl, then why is he on the team? If you have someone who is supposed to be the most important position on your squad, if he's incapable of bringing you to a Super Bowl, then he's not your answer. It's plain and simple. It's plain and simple.
I think the Jets, they just made the dumbest decision ever by trading Darnold and just not filling that quarterback position with the trade and now having to use this draft pick on the quarterback position. If they could have gotten another halfway decent or good quarterback for Darnold, that's one thing, because then they could use this draft pick to fill one of their really dire holes. But now they have to use it on the quarterback. If they could have somehow gotten someone to play quarterback now, and they could have drafted that offensive lineman, which they really need, that would have made a gigantic difference.
Absolutely need to build the line. The line... I mean, listen, you got Crowder in the slot. We have Corey Davis now as a wideout, who's not an absolute stud, but Corey Davis is better than what we have right now. We definitely need to build the line. The Jets need to build the line, 100%. You can't, no matter who you are, you can't give your quarterback like a second or two to make a decision. I mean, we can all agree Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now. Correct? Can we agree on that?
Yes,
right? Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the league. That defensive line of Tampa destroyed Kansas City's offensive line. As good as Mahomes is, the best in the league, and he was still wilding out with amazing plays.
Yeah.
Even someone like that couldn't get it done without the line. So we'll see. I mean, you win the football games primarily are won on the line. Defense or offense. So we'll see. I would have liked to maybe have, like I said in the previous podcast, I think I would have rather kept Darnold, even though I don't think he's the answer and I think he sucks. I would have rather kept Darnold and build a line and get more weapons and maybe go from like last place to almost last place with him. And once we have a line built with wide receivers and a stud running back, even though I do like the running back that we had with the Gators. Thank you, Gase, for not ever playing that guy. Frank Gore was our option. I think then we could have maybe trade baited Darnold for something, a better quarterback. So that's how I personally would have did it. But clearly, we're not smart enough to be the GMs. So
yeah, apparently, who knew?
But it is what it is. We'll see. I wish Wilson the best of luck in New York. It's going to be one of the hardest places he's going to play. New York is a very tough crowd. If you suck, we make sure you know that you suck. We're not easy on any of the players in New York, and that's all sports. Good luck to him. He's got more weapons than Darnold did, so potentially we'll see. But I'm more optimistic with the what's his face, our head coach, who's slipping my mind right now.
Oh, the dude from I don't remember his name. But
it's slipping my mind. I apologize to any viewer. My head is just not. head's really not in it right now. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we don't mess up another draft. But to wrap it up, Andrew, I have an NBA Would You Rather now. That was kind of like the football one, and
I would rather watch hockey. That's my answer.
we know nothing about basketball, as you guys know, but I saw this Would You Rather, and I thought about it for a little bit, and at first I said yes, and I kind of then maybe started leaning towards no, but at the same time, I feel like I could do it, potentially. So, Andrew, you're offered $10 million a year. $10 million, all right? And you have to play in an NBA game. All you have to do is make one basket. The entire game. All you have to do is make one basket. It can't be a free throw. It has to be a field goal. Okay? Here's the catch. If you don't make that basket, you are instantly killed. Now here's the level now. It's not just a regular basketball game. It is playoff intensity basketball game. The best of the best. You going up against like LeBron. And
no, I'm not doing it. I will not do it. Listen, you can tell me it's a goddamn G League game. I'm not going to make a basket.
So,
I'm 5'9".
You can stay on the court for as long as you want. If you want to play
for a week, I will not make a basket. I am 5'9", and I shoot like 20% from the field when we play pickup basketball. It's not happening.
Oh,
and that's
man.
I'm going against normal sized people. I'm going against 7-foot tall people. No.
I thought about it for a second.
I
thought about it for a second because I was like, listen, if I'm playing the entirety of the game, and every time I get the ball, I just shoot it for the basket, one of them has got to go in, right? Like one of them has to go in. I don't think I'm that.
I will be dead on the floor.
I don't think I'm that unathletic where like I can't make at least one basket in like a full basketball game. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It won't happen.
That's why
covered by friggin' I don't know anyone. Damian Lillard. You think you're gonna get away from him and get room and be able to shoot?
Dude, some of the size of their arms are the entire size of my body of some of these players.
Yeah, no shot. I am so dead. That is guaranteed that I am dead.
Oh man, you made me. That was a good laugh, Andrew. I needed that. I appreciate that. I was considering it. I just can't fathom I don't make a basket. Personally,
there is a higher chance of me beating Alex Ovechkin 1-on-1 playing hockey than making one basket in a week of NBA games.
See, like my thing was other team scores, right? Typically, in an NBA, unless I'm wrong, I don't watch basketball, but typically, you inbound the ball and you get the entire half of the court to go to the other side. I get the ball, I just dribble down to half court, and the entire game, I just shoot half court shots. One of those has to go in, right? One of them has to go in, half court shots.
I will bring you very nice flowers at your funeral.
That was my mindset when I was like, you know what, that could be possible for me. I'm not very good at basketball, but that could be possible. In an hour, just make one half court shot. I got this. But then I was like, what, anything on my mind, every miss on my mind is gonna be like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. It's over. You're dead. You're dead. So I don't know, but I was hoping for you to think about that. You just straight up went no.
No shot. Like I said. Street basketball, I shoot about 20% from the field against normal sized people.
Oh, yeah, that was good. You made me laugh. It's a good way to end this episode, Andrew. But,
thanks.
Thank you for that. I needed a good laugh today. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you would do. Would you guys, for $10 million, do that deal? Let me know in the comments below. Same with the football. Would you guys draft that punter round 1 overall? Let us know in the comments. Would love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any funny responses, we'll put it on the YouTube video for next week. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button, turn on turn on notifications when you subscribe to this video. Thank you for all who have subscribed. As of recent, we've had an influx in subscribers in the past couple of weeks, so thank you guys for that. We appreciate all that support. If you're listening to wherever you listen to podcasts, give us a 5-star review. If we see it, we'll give you a shout out in the following episode. As always, follow us on Twitter. Hit us up with questions that you want to have answered during the week. Follow Andrew on Twitter. Our ats are on the bottom of our name. He usually sends out a tweet for any sort of questions before the podcast. He's always live on Twitch for every cast if you want to watch it live. We encourage that as well. You can interact with us while we're recording. But yeah, Andrew, any parting words?
Let's go Rangers, as usual.
Let's go Rangers. We'll see, hopefully. But thank you guys for watching one more time. And until next week, peace out.
Deuces.